Good afternoon. This is a great day for our region and for students in Central Illinois. We've gathered some guests this afternoon that will give some brief remarks concerning the South Central Illinois Center. We are extremely proud that we're going to be able to announce this today as our formal and official announcement. It's been a long process to get to this point. I think you will hear that sentiment today as we continue to move forward. So with that in mind, I'm going to continue on and invite, we were supposed to have Deputy Andy Menard. Unfortunately, the COVID bug found the Deputy Governor and he is under the weather. But graciously, Todd Dugan, who is Superintendent of Bunker Hill, which the Deputy Governor lives in Bunker Hill, has passed his words on to Todd, and he will share the Deputy Governor's thoughts.
All right, good afternoon. Again, sorry to disappoint, but COVID has kept a very key player and a supporter of this project, as well as many projects involving public education in Southern and Central Illinois at home. My name is Todd Dugan. I'm the proud superintendent of Bunker Hill School District number 8, and I'm honored to read this emailed speech that was prepared ahead of time by Deputy Governor Menard. It was delivered this morning. And I do know the sentiment at the email it literally ended with, "I can't believe I'm missing this." So I am going to read the speech in its entirety. Not to be awkward, but I'm going to read it in first person, not third, because I think third would make it awkward, like he and this. So it's going to be I, but this is coming from Deputy Governor Menard. So thank you in advance for the opportunity. This is a very distinguished lineup up here, so probably my only shot at being in this crowd, so I'll go ahead and begin. Good afternoon, friends and colleagues. I was very much looking forward to today's announcement and seeing many of you, but COVID is keeping me at home. Regardless, thank you all for being here today to celebrate this milestone in economic development and public education for Macoupin and Montgomery counties. Years ago, I stood in the place just so we're clear, it's still first person. I stood in the place where you are gathered, kicking around an idea with Dr. Furstenau and Dr. Lett, an idea that would open new doors of opportunity, an idea that was both challenging and bold, two things that those two gentlemen are not afraid of. And to be honest, they didn't have to sell me long. I knew from my own life experience that rural school districts struggle to provide vocational education to students, and that too many students and young adults who aren't college-bound just don't have a path forward after high school. And after years of work and collaboration, I am so pleased to see the South Central Illinois Regional Workforce Training and Innovation Center come to life. While I am proud to have worked on the initial funding for the center as a member of the Illinois Senate through an $8.6 million grant in the state budget, we should all recognize that it was Senator Doris Turner who fought for and won the release of the funds. She understands the challenges students face in rural school districts, and she understands that rural districts have unique needs. Senator Turner gave her commitment to seeing this project through on the day she was sworn into office, and she has delivered on that commitment. Senator Turner, we thank you for keeping your promise to deliver new opportunities to kids in Macoupin and Montgomery counties. This center is exactly the sort of project Governor Pritzker's administration supports, and I am thankful for all the partnerships in both the public and private sector who have demonstrated forward thinking, collaboration, and remarkable leadership. The funding for the center is part of a larger effort by Governor Pritzker to invest in workforce development infrastructure in downstate Illinois, particularly in places that need it the most. And as a result of this continued investment, balanced budgets, and record funding for tuition assistance, community colleges in Illinois are seeing growth in enrollment for the first time in more than a decade. We also know that having a highly trained and skilled workforce advances our efforts to continue to grow the state's economy, help employers that are here to expand, and attract new employers to the state. Workforce is key to business development. This center will be at the forefront of that effort and will help grow the state's economy. I'll close by saying this. From my own experience, I know that in rural communities, things seem a little bit harder than what they should be. But here's how I measure progress. Knowing that children and young adults from small towns will have access to things that my classmates and I did not have. Together, that's what we are doing here. To Dr. Firstenow and Dr. Lett, thank you for creating this vision. To all the partners, thank you for your support and collaboration so that the students who walk through these doors find the opportunity in life that they seek. Thank you.
Thanks, Todd. Now we have the DCEO Director, Sylvia Garcia. The DCEO has been instrumental in working with us through funding opportunities and helping to bring this to fruition.
Thank you. I'm sorry, I'm a little short here. I've got to adjust the microphone a little bit. Hopefully you can hear me. So good afternoon. As was mentioned, my name is Sylvia Garcia, and I serve as the Director of the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, or as we like to call it, DCEO. On behalf of Governor Pritzker and a very sad Deputy Governor Menard, I'm very happy to be here today on their behalf for this exciting announcement and exciting celebration, alongside so many local and regional leaders, including Senator Doris Turner, Litchfield Mayor Steve Daugherty, and so many other regional leaders. It's so exciting to be here. We know that labor and education and all of these different things are so paramount to the success of this project, and so excited to see folks excited and here in Litchfield. At DCEO, we oversee a lot of important programs designed to boost the economic development across the state, especially in central and southern Illinois. Investments that are focused on workforce training and facilities like this one that we're announcing today. For me, this sort of announcement is one that helps youth figure out their career path and receive training and learn more about what they're doing, has a really special meaning. I've been a public servant for most of my career, but I started my career actually as a youth outreach worker, and that job was helping youth figure out what did they want to do as a summer job and what did they want to be when they grow up. I told them no one knows what they want to be when they grow up, but at least there's an opportunity to try things out and make things happen. I also took classes while I was in high school at the local community college as part of a dual enrollment program as well. So the idea of high school students having access to community college is really important to me and really excites me about this project. I've seen firsthand from a couple different angles how that access to career technical education and dual enrollment programs can really help folks contemplate where am I going, what am I doing, and figuring out that career path that helps them succeed as they go forward. In addition, facilities like this one, when they provide community college credit and those credentials for studies and things like that, you can have such a great opportunity to get that stuff right in high school, right? I think that hands-on experience, that opportunity to try something technical for the first time, I think one of the things that we're really focused on in Illinois is there's a growing manufacturing industry and the need for a lot of industrial skills, and we aren't providing those skills right now as much as we should and helping people get access to those careers. So that access to those credentials, those classes is so important. And then for myself, as someone who's a little bit cheap, the idea of being able to not have to pay for those classes or thinking about how that comes into the cost of higher education is really critical too. And so really excited about how this program couples all those things together. We also know that these days folks tend to have multiple jobs in multiple sectors over the course of their career. And so we know these programs are so important for spurring lifelong learning and giving opportunities for folks who may be changing jobs, changing careers. I can't keep track of the technology that's happening in a lot of places now, and so knowing that we're going to have to be retrained and learn these new things as we go along is really important too. So I'm really excited that this program helps folks pursue new careers, get new skills mid-career, and really just think about how all those pieces come together. As the Deputy Governor's remarks talked about, Governor Pritzker is first and foremost focused on our workforce, our people. That's what makes Illinois a great place to live, work, and do business. And so really thinking about how we bring all of those things together and provide training and support for job seekers across our great state. We have a number of new apprenticeship and training programs that we've introduced over the last 4 years. We have tax credits and grants for employers to provide on-the-job training directly to folks that need it. And we make capital investments in buildings like this today, where we really are going to be able to see the fruit of that labor and really help a lot of folks along the way. So I'm really excited to be here today. I want to congratulate the Litchfield community and folks in the surrounding region who are going to really benefit from this. And I can't wait to come back and see it in action and see students learning hands-on right here. So thank you for the opportunity to be here today, and we just really appreciate all the work of this community. Thank you.
Now it is my pleasure to ask Senator Doris Turner to come up, but Senator Turner, as Deputy Governor Menard indicated, really stepped up, worked this process through. It was kind of a winding road, but she was able to keep Dr. Lett and I focused on getting this across the line that we kept talking about. But it was her tenacity, her wisdom, and her vision for Central Illinois that really led the charge to get this to where it is today. So it's my pleasure and honor to introduce Senator Turner.
Good morning. I am really sorry that Deputy Governor Menard can't be here because this was really his vision, his and Dr. Lett's and Dr. Fresnaugh, and they were so passionate about it. Every time they would talk about it, you could just feel it, that, they wanted to get this done. And here we are. And you're right, we had a lot of stops and twists and turns, but here we are, and I'm so very excited. I feel very passionate about the partnership, especially with Lincoln Land, because, Springfield is my hometown. So, that's where, you guys are in expansion, but that's the Lincoln Land is there. And so just to see how that college has grown and has become such a force and such partnerships throughout all of Central Illinois is, just really warms my heart. And to know what great things are going to be happening right down here is just really remarkable when you think about, where we started and where we are today and what this is going to mean, creating a world-class career and technical training center right here in your own backyard, and the students and young adults that are going to benefit from it each and every day. This facility will pave the way for our students to be successful by ensuring that they're ready to meet the needs of the new and innovative industries that are coming to Central Illinois. Litchfield School District is really stepping up and providing our children with opportunities to be successful right here in Illinois. But I think it cannot be understated that the career paths and the technologies that students will learn here are very portable. And just, if they decide that they want to, their life takes them someplace else, what they learned right here, they can take that and be successful anywhere in the world. So you're not just, you're not just training people for a job. You're training people for a career that is going to be a generational change in people's lives. So, just never lose sight of that, it's not just someone learning a trade that they will do in Litchfield. They can do it anywhere in the world. I've been in the Senate for just 20 months, but I will tell you, this is one of the, my most proudest moments, to be able to see this across the finish line and bring it to fruition. And I'm just, Litchfield was one of the first places that I visited after I was sworn in. So it's really exciting for me to be able to be here today with this announcement. Just last month, I was also fortunate enough to join many of the same people here to announce the expansion of TCCI in Decatur, which really solidifies Central Illinois' status as a leader in electrical vehicle manufacturing in the state and nation. And so to have all of these things happening, do you realize, what that's going to mean for Central Illinois and the status that's going to bring? People are going to start saying, Chicago, where's that? I'm coming to Litchfield. So, and this is just the beginning of all of the great things that were going to be happening. So I believe that this announcement furthers our mission of embracing innovative technology to meet global demands and needs by ensuring our workforce is ready to step up and modernize our state's economy. So I'll say it again, this is only the beginning. Look forward to many more great things to come right here in Central Illinois.
Thank you, Senator.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Thank you. Our next guest is John Penn. John was an integral part of working through this vision. We had the opportunity to go down to the Marion training site, in which Dr. Lett went down to Marion to see a unique program offered to high school students to provide a construction trades opportunity to where they can earn apprenticeship as well as dual credit in construction management. We met up here several times in having conversation with John and his staff about what would be the possibility if we created another training site right here for our two counties. You know, I can say that he's always been supportive. He said, we'll take a look at that. We'll see what happens. Our laborers group stepped up to the plate and met the challenge of committing to the fourth training site in the state of Illinois. So without further ado, John, would you step forward, please?
Good afternoon. They know that my favorite restaurant is closed on Mondays down here. So the groundbreaking has to be on Tuesday, just so you know that. They got the best dessert, and I do like dessert. The laborers, and I appreciate Dr. Lett, pretty persistent getting us involved here, and we're very proud to be part of this project that's taking place here in Litchfield in the two school districts. The laborers average around 300 apprentices a year, and right now today we have 900. We've tripled our apprentices, and we're looking for more people. We know that with the next 5 to 7 years we've got a labor boom, and I know everywhere you go you see help wanted. Well, we too are looking at help wanted. Our apprentices start out at $25 an hour. After 500 hours, they have health insurance for them and their family at no cost to them. They have an annuity anywhere from $4 to $8 an hour going into the annuity account at no cost to them, and yet we're having a hard time to recruit. And this makes it very easy for us to come down here and look and build and let people know just exactly what the construction industry can do to the young people. Our average apprentice age is 34 years of age. We don't know what happened to that 18 to 25-year-old. I know when I was 18, I was either working or I was not living at home, one or the other. Type deal there. So this is a great thing for the laborers and the construction industry. What a lot of people don't understand when you talk about the laborers, they don't know really what we are. Are you a plumber? No, I'm a laborer. Are you a carpenter? No, I'm a laborer. The laborers are usually the first people on the job and usually the last people off of the job. Our job is to attend the other 14 construction unions. So to be a good laborer, you have to know something about each and every craft. So while these men and women are learning the trades here, if they do want to move into the plumbers, electricians, carpenters, bricklayers, etc., they're going to be getting firsthand information from our instructors because you have to be multitasked to be a laborer. With the idea that we do 10 all 14 crafts. So for us to be part of this agreement down here, we're very happy to do it. It will be our fourth site. We're in Edwardsville, we're in Marion, Illinois, and we're in Stanford, Illinois. And we hope to someday expand and keep right on going into the Rockfords and the Kankakees and et cetera, because again, these young men and women that do not want to continue their education into college or a trade school is something that it's a great opportunity for them. And again, all their training is paid for by our employers. Their health insurance is paid by our employers. The pension is paid by our employers. The annuity is paid by the employers. There's no cost other than showing up. So again, we're very proud, Dr. Lett and all the superintendents in this area to allow us to be part of this great program down here, and we're looking forward to it. And again, telling you right now, if you know somebody that wants to go to work, we'll be glad to take their application. All these young men and women, if they complete the course, will have a direct entry into the Laborers International Union program. We've got Vicki McElroy here, who runs our program here in Southern Illinois. We have Terry White Cotton, who's our administrator, Mike Young, the business manager. And what's nice about Vicki being here, we've got a young lady that worked through her way from the laborers into the top management position with the Laborers International Training Program in Metro East. So there's opportunities when we talk about recruiting and what's there for a woman. Women are very important to our industry, and you can accomplish and be an administrator like Vicki someday. Not in a hurry, Vicki, don't go nowhere on us. But again, thank you for allowing us to be here and looking forward to the partnership.
We're fortunate to have Mayor Steve Doherty with us today. He has been part of the vision for the South Central area to promote CTE dual credit programs for students within our area. If we have a workforce, then ultimately it's good for all of our communities in Central Illinois. So, Mayor.
What a great day for Litchfield and all the communities in our region. I've said for years that I think we were neglecting the majority of our students coming out of our schools. And we were had a college-bound curriculum, which we still need, but we were forcing people that didn't have the ability, didn't have the financing, or the push from parents, etc., to enter college and be able to come out successfully. I saw stats in the paper from so many percentage of people made it to college from our high school, never touching on those that didn't. Those are the people we're here for today. There are so many opportunities. We have economic development coming to Litchfield in Central Illinois. I was hoping to see a few more mayors here today because you are a big part of, or they will be a big part of our success here. I thank Dr. Lett, Dr. Furstenau for allowing me to be a part of the pre-planning at least, and they kept me in touch with the progression of things. And Andy Menar's efforts, and then ultimately Doris Turner's efforts that got us this far. And Doris just told me that although she doesn't represent our area, she will always be our senator. So she's going to pay for that. She's a big fan of our Pickers Market and our boutiques, right? Yes. Okay. All right. Again, Dr. Lett and Dr. Furstenau allowed me to be a part of the whole idea, which didn't seem possible at that point, but it wasn't possible without everybody in this room and other key players, such as Andy Menar and Senator Turner. And I brought an idea to Dr. Lett after attending emergency management meetings in the area. The word was, we need first responders. We need EMTs, paramedics, nurses, etc., policemen. So I asked Dr. Lett, Dr. Furstenau, if they would consider training EMTs. Our fire department would be happy to do that at no cost to the board. And right now I think we've got 8 or 9 in the class, and they meet every day, Monday through Friday, for an hour and a half. And if we get one of those people to move on to paramedic training, that's a great success, because we're all looking for that assistance today. We're all getting a little older, and we're going to need these younger ones to step up. Dr. Furstenau and I have continued a relationship with our hospital administrator, Jim Timpey, and you've probably heard us on the radio many times. And we do that to broadcast and put out there information that is of a positive nature, staying away from Facebook and all those sorts of things, and just talk about what's coming, what the possibilities are. And the last time we were on the radio, this was the major subject. And the impact that this is going to have for our region is just unimaginable right now. We will have kids coming out of school feeling successful. In some cases, they'll already have their apprenticeships taken care of. They'll already have the commitments for a job, and they will have a purpose. whereas they may have come out feeling like a failure and moved into drugs and other things that weren't going to be a good future. So this is going to be a great place to learn. I also want to thank Director Garcia for her help with Litchfield in a lot of ways. We've been able to work with her and her department. There was a little intrepidation here on her half today because she's taking one of our biggest assets away from us, but we look forward to working with her department in the future, and I've just told her that she's welcome in Litchfield anytime. So she doesn't need to be worried about that. I would like to recognize, though, our several of our members of our Economic Development Commission. Guys, would you stand up, please? These were Tanya Flannery's people. She wouldn't share them with anybody, so now she's going to have to. But we will move on. We'll move forward. I want to thank the school board and their bold move. Julie did a great service to Litchfield in committing to this and to the entire area, Julie Abel. And it was a major decision for them to have to make when there were so many gray areas and impossibilities in their face. So I thank them, other administrators in the area. I hope they all take advantage and they promote it through their schools. We'll welcome you to any of our fast food restaurants anytime. We love your sales tax. So please come back and look at the progression here. Look at you're going to know some of the students and see how they succeed in the future where they didn't have the chance in the past. It's nice to see superintendents that don't come through hopping around for a pension increase, somebody that will actually leave a mark on our community that's a positive one. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Dr. Lett, Dr. Personnel.
Thanks, Steve. Our next speaker is Ken Elmore, who is currently the chair of the Lincoln Land Community College board. Dr. Warren was unable to attend due to previous commitments. But you know, we're blessed here today to have both community colleges represented. We have Lincoln Land, which will be Ken Elmore will be speaking, and then we're fortunate to have Dr. Ken Taraska from Lakeland, or not Lakeland, excuse me, Lewis and Clark. It started with an L, Dr. Taraska. But it's great to have our community colleges in this facility today is becoming partners. The community college through the CTE program and dual credit is so vital to the future of our area and the future of students. It was great to hear that the enrollment is up in our community colleges. It doesn't surprise me. It's a great vehicle for students to stay at home, pick up the education that they need, and then move on if necessary, if they don't enter the workforce. Also with Lincoln Land Community College today, we do have our local folks. Jesse and Karen, would you please stand up? They didn't know I was going to call on them, but they do a tremendous job in Litchfield, and then Karen with the foundation. So let's turn it over to Mr. Elmore.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ken Elmore, Chair of Lincoln Land Community College Board of Trustees, also President of the First National Bank here in Litchfield, and also a longtime resident of this community. On behalf of the board, I'd like to congratulate all the participating consortium schools on the new exciting South Central Training and Innovation Center. A special congratulations goes to Dr. Fiercenal and Dr. Lett for all their hard work and persistence on this project. At LLCC, our mission is to transform lives and strengthen our communities through learning. We are excited to partner with the South Central Illinois Training and Innovation Center, along with the City of Litchfield, on a number of career and technical programs. These programs will prepare for students for demand, high wages, and supply a training workforce for our communities. We look forward to strengthening the partnership and provide workforce solutions for Litchfield and surrounding areas. Thank you again for having the opportunity, and congratulations.
Thank you, Ken. Well, now I will get this right this time, Dr. Taraska. Dr. Ken Taraska, who is the president of Lewis and Clark Community College.
So thank you so much. Can you all hear me? Well, you know, the real joke in that is I was going to see if you got the name right, because I was 12 until I figured it out. That Z in there, you know, is silent. So, well, really on behalf of our entire community, our entire region, I'm really proud that Lewis and Clark is able to partner on this phenomenal work. I think, you know, kind of the key drivers of this are regionalism, partnership, collaboration, and access. And I think the overarching piece is access. As community colleges, we're all about access, and we're all about broadening that access in the best way we possibly can. Another important piece of that is flexibility, being as flexible as we can to serve our communities across the region. So, as president of the college, and of course this extends to all of our team members, we're really proud to be able to partner with David Lett and everyone on this stage, everyone in this community, and of course serving those schools that are really on kind of the border with Lincoln Land. You know, we've got Glipsy, we've got Carlinville, and we've got Staunton. And really, one of the challenges we have, we're in Godfrey, is being able to provide equitable access to those students to services such as what will be provided here. So any way that we can extend partnership, extend a hand to help our students and to help this upward mobility that we're all focused on is is always going to be at the heart of what we do. The other piece, I also want to thank Lincoln Land, you know, one of our partner community colleges, and being able to work with Charlotte, and appreciate the words from Ken, but this is all about access. And so proud to be here. Thank you, David, for inviting me, and thank you to everyone on this stage for really what I think are kind of the chief connectors, the individuals that are continuing to connect the dots between our communities. Let's keep moving forward, and once again, thank you all for being here.
We also have the Bill Montgomery, who's Vice President for South Central Illinois Prairie Works Regional Workforce Development Board. This has been put together to help support and help our area in South Central Illinois, as well as towards St. Louis area as well, to provide economic development and innovation for our communities and our students. So, Bill?
Good afternoon. My name is Bill Montgomery. I'm standing in today for Andy Zilm, whose mom had some serious surgery today. So I'm Andy's cohort and stand in today. Happy to be here. Welcome, everyone. You know, first I'd like to take a moment to thank Dr. Lett for his leadership in assembling our board of directors. He's enabled us to become informed about our regional and economic challenges, and there are many, as we all know. And he's given us a lot of guidance in helping our board understand the importance and of all these aspects, and developing regional education pathways to be part of the answer, become part of the answer to training and address our continued economic growth and ability to compete in the marketplace. Our South Central Illinois Works Board of Directors is comprised of business and manufacturing leaders for the most part, from both Macoupin and Montgomery counties. For the past year or so, we've collaborated on identifying education and vocational training opportunities that best can serve our young students to improve their knowledge and capabilities, and to stay on and become valuable contributors to our communities. That's important that they some will stay and will continue to prosper. And that's part of the idea, I think, is to give them opportunities to grow locally. This initial DCEO grant provides a strong beginning to build this important regional workforce training and development innovation center. On behalf of our board of directors, I thank you for your time and for your interest, and have a good afternoon. Thank you.
Now it's my pleasure to introduce our boss. We do have board members here as well in the crowd. We have Ron Anglin, Val Kane, Jimmy Gorowski, and then Mike Fleming, who was a board member on the original initiative of this. So I'm going to turn this over to Mrs. Abel, and she will say a few words on behalf of the center.
Hello, good afternoon. It's an honor to be here with all of you today. I'm going to start off by letting you in on a little secret. I'm excited to spend part of my afternoon with some of my favorite people. And who might that be? It's all of you and all of you. And that is because we have something in common. We care about kids, and we care about the future of our kids. And the people up here and the people in the audience, you don't just say you care, you show you care. And how do you show you care? It's by backing up your words with actions. And your actions have been crucial in helping the Litchfield School District secure $8.6 million in grant funds to turn this into a career and innovation center, a state-of-the-art career and innovation center. The main focus of my time with you this afternoon is going to be expressing my sincerest appreciation to those that have been instrumental in bringing the Litchfield School District to the point of receiving these funds. This center will benefit the entire South Central Illinois region. I'd like to start by thanking Deputy Governor Andy Minar. We're sorry he can't be here today, and we wish that he gets well soon. I'd next like to thank Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity Director Sylvia Garcia. Thank you for being here with us today. I would then like to thank State Senator Doris Turner. Thank you also for being here with us today. I would like to now thank Dr. Charlotte Warren, President of Lincoln Land Community College, Ken Elmore, Chairman of the Board. Thank you, Ken. And Dr. Ken Traska, President of Lewis and Clark Community College. And I did have to practice your last name. We have many others we'd like to thank as well. Thank you to the two community colleges for your willingness to partner with our region to grow career and technical education dual credit opportunities for all of our regional high school students. I would also like to thank many in the crowd today, FGM Architects, Kevin, thank you, The Ingenuity, CDI Engineering, and Petker Construction, for putting us in the position to put the SCI Center project out to bid this coming month in November. I would like to thank our local business partners and our recently formed SCI Prairie Works Board of Directors and President Brian Zilm for their ongoing collaborative support of this project with the goal of aligning the training at the SCI Center to their current and future workforce development needs for their respective businesses. I would also like to thank my fellow Board of Education members for their willingness to take the necessary measured risks to make this project a reality for the entire region and potentially 10 other school districts and communities in this area. I also want to thank the local school districts in this area and their boards of education because that they are willing to partner with us to make these opportunities available to their students as well. My final thank you at this time goes to Dr. Firstnow and to Dr. Lett. You are true visionaries, and I have no doubt this is a project you were dreaming about and planning for long before you even came to Litchfield. The two of you make a great team, and you complement each other well. Your shared vision of always doing what is best for kids and providing opportunities for all students is what has brought us to this point. I want to thank you for your hard work, your persistency, and your continuing efforts to move this project forward. While I've mentioned Litchfield, and many up here have mentioned Litchfield specifically many times today, this is not just about Litchfield. This is about the entire South Central Illinois region and the students that live in this region and the employers that operate businesses here. To everyone involved in this project, I want to share a few numbers with you so that you hopefully understand just how impactful your support, commitment, and guidance are to this project. You truly understand we should not limit student opportunities due to county lines or city limits. You also understand the importance of supporting the trades because we need to educate our students on the various career paths available to them. A few numbers to share. Amongst these 10 districts that I mentioned that may be involved with this, there are 10,000 students pre-K through 12th grade in those 10 districts that we have the potential to impact long-term with this center. In Montgomery and Macoupin counties, there's over 1,500 employers that will benefit from the programming that's available at this center, and it will provide a qualified local labor pool for these employers. Because of so many in this room today, this dream has become a reality, and I'm so excited to see what the future holds as the opportunities are endless and the future is bright for this area. I look forward to celebrating with you again at the grand opening. Thank you.
Thank you, Julie. I am the last speaker, so bear with me, right? Just a short few words. You know, what a day. And Senator Turner was absolutely right. What an adventure this has been. There were some in the room, and sometimes myself and Dr. Lett were asking ourselves, will this ever happen? Well, through persistence of Deputy Governor Menard and Senator Turner, we've made it. It has been a long, windy road from when this started in 2020 with some legislation that initially was tied to the Chicago gaming bill, to the Chicago casino. Well, ultimately, we made it before the casino in Chicago. It then became part of the Rebuild Illinois. Then we had to have a name change for fiscal purposes only. In order to receive the funds, you have to have a group that is in existence, right? And we were able to do that. So once again, I thank them, Deputy Governor Menard and Senator Turner, for staying with us. I'd also like to thank the Litchfield School Board and the community and the other area communities as they began talking about this 3 years ago. Well, it's happening. And I think as time goes by, as in most circumstances, people begin to wonder, is this going to happen? But it is. And, you know, one of the things that comes about out of this is you get to meet some great partners. I had personally never worked with DCEO on grants. And of course, this is a project that took, once we got the name change legislation passed, it took 6 months of guidance. And I would, Director Garcia, really like to thank your department and Caitlin Justice. She held our hand and through this whole process, and she basically said, this is how it works. This is what you have to do. And she got us to the point where we finally handed the grant application over to the final grant administrator. So we are indebted to her services as well. But you know, this is all about regionalism. And you know, I'm going to talk a little bit about the framework where this came from. This originally all came together that the Macoupin County Schools had put together the Macoupin County CTE Consortium. At that point in time, wow, what a great idea, right? To provide resources to students. So the superintendents in Montgomery County, and I'd like to recognize them. I have Dr. Scott Dewar, Superintendent Aaron Hopper from Panhandle, and Superintendent David Powell from Hillsborough. And we all got together and started studying what this consortium would look like. We modeled it after the Macoupin County CTE cooperative, and we started this process having conversations about what can we do to share resources for students, right? And a lot of this is, you know, it's not all about consolidation. It's about providing the resources to students that are going to be able to meet their needs. And we started putting together a curriculum and even a calendar to match between the 4 school districts. And I'm happy to report that in 3 years, we've grown from 61 students over 9 classes to 193 students in 12 classes this year. That's a great opportunity for students in our area in Montgomery County. And part of it is that we've also looked at, in building a framework around this, that there are programming, not all programs can be housed out of here. And we're building unique programs to our area in our region that we're going to be able to send students to. And I think that's important to remember, that we're already sharing students. We have Litchfield students attending in Hillsborough. We have Litchfield students attending in Panhandle this year. Dr. Dewar has students attending in Litchfield, and so does Mr. Powell, and so does Mr. Hopper. So you can see we've got a great framework here vested for all of our kids. And that's extremely important, and we're excited to thank the Macoupin County superintendents that I do have here. I have Dr. Shuckman here as well. I have Shane Osley from Gillespie. You've heard Todd Dugan from Bunker Hill. I have, I'm looking, Brett Allen from Staunton here today. And we are grateful that they have been open to considering a joint consortium agreement, that if it works for their kids, they have the opportunity to attend here. And it's great to hear that our 2 community colleges are working together to provide those opportunities for kids. And it's nothing but good things happening in the future. So in closing, I think that it would be remiss of me, and I'm speaking on behalf of our consortiums, that Dr. David Lett has done a tremendous amount of work at putting together our consortiums, developing curriculum, developing meetings, and then ultimately working on getting this process across the finish line. I'd like to give him a round of applause. You know, as we look to the future, and we've talked about this in our consortium and meetings, it's really truly about the future, right? None of us really know what the future is going to bring. But we do know together, if we stand together and we provide the programming for the future, our kids are going to be afforded the best education that they have in South Central Illinois. And I do mean this by saying I would love to see Macoupin and Montgomery County become an innovation zone, and Chicago will ask us what's going on down there.
That's right.
So, you know, I do thank you for coming this afternoon. I do want to thank all of the members up here. Mr. Penn, I know you're retiring in February, but when this opens, I would sure like to extend you an invitation and dessert to attend this when we open this up. On Tuesday, everything but Mondays, right, John? So we do have an opportunity to share with you. But thank you all for coming out to this great day.